Hello, everyone. This is Rick with Cybersecurity and IT Professional Podcast, where industry leaders share their insights. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes because hackers never sleep. So let's get to it. I'm excited for my guest today. Ben Cotton is a veteran like myself, and so we're super happy to have him on. Ben, question number one, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
So my name is Ben Cotton. I'm the founder of CyFIR. We've been involved in incident response, computer forensics, and e-discovery collection now for almost 25 years. And we have a really revolutionary, groundbreaking enterprise forensics tool suite that we leverage for that purpose.
And I can validate that to the audience. I actually used to work with Ben. He is part of the reason that I got into the cybersecurity game. So thank you very much for that. Question number two, what's the best thing about being a cyber professional?
Well, I don't know how everybody else is, but with me, I always like new challenges. I like something different every day. I don't like the same routine 9 to 5 kind of a thing. And with cybersecurity, it's always different. There's always a new challenge. There's always a new attack vector. There's always a new problem to solve. And I really thrive in that environment.
Nice. I'm gonna throw in a side question already. Do you have a favorite challenge?
Do I have a favorite challenge? I think if I'm going to do a favorite challenge, I would have to say the evolution and the advanced construction of very technical and advanced pieces of malware. I really find that interesting as to what they're doing and how they're doing it, and then how we can counter that very effectively.
Nice. Appreciate that. Question number three, I hear from other industry leaders that cybersecurity is a top concern. But what does that mean to you?
So, in this industry, if you're a practitioner, then you get it, right? For me, cybersecurity is really a lot like asymmetric warfare. And Rick, you and I share a common background in U.S. Special Forces. So that asymmetric nature of guerrilla warfare, if you apply that into a digital realm, that's cybersecurity. And the challenge for us, obviously, is that very much like what we call a foreign internal defense type mission, we've got to be right every time. The attackers only have to be right one time. So it's very much a challenge that really hones your skills on visibility, speed, maneuverability, and execution inside of your task.
That's very, very insightful. And taking that to question number four, what piece of insight do you want to share with other cyber experts?
I like to equate cybersecurity a little bit to a karate movie. And we all go to the movie theaters, and we've seen the Bruce Lees and all of these guys, and they do phenomenal feats, right? And they'll take on 9 or 10 attackers blindfolded, and they're able to kick their butts, just by the proximity and the feelings and those kinds of things. And in a lot of ways, if you take that visual right there, a blindfolded person trying to kick butt on multiple attackers, that's kind of like cybersecurity, right? If you don't have visibility inside of your network. And so one of the things that I really am a big fan of is visibility on those endpoints, visibility on those networks and connections, and being able to see across your entire enterprise simultaneously with your technologies. If you can't do that, then the reality is you're not going to be Bruce Lee, right? And the reality is, if you go in blindfolded, you're going to get your butt kicked. And I think we see that on the front page of the Wall Street Journal every day, where companies have thought they could take on the attackers blindfolded or hamstrung and still win, and they can't.
I love the analogy there. The first thing I thought about was Chuck Norris and Delta Force and how awfully bad that movie was, but it just brought back those memories. So question number 5, Ben, what other successful cyber professionals like yourself do you think should be on the podcast, and who you'd like to acknowledge?
Well, I tell you what, there's a bunch of them. You know, I like to I like to expand my network to also include those little guys. You know, and I'm going to give a shout out to Jason Ingalls down at Ingalls InfoSec down out of Louisiana, Jeff Tutt out of California. I mean, these guys, you don't hear about them in the newspaper, but they're really phenomenal.
Great. No, it's wonderful. And I'll reach out to you and get those contacts, and we'll definitely try to get them on the show. Sixth and final question, and then I have a little side thing for us. What is your favorite piece of retro technology that just makes you smile?
Oh boy, retro technology. Does it have to be cyber?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, let's go with a smooth bore flintlock then, 50 cal Hawkins.
There you go. I have told people that it doesn't have to be digital, and you're the first person that went with a non-digital technology. Why is that? Why does that make you smile?
Well, I used to be a weapons guy in special forces, right?
Oh, that's priceless. So you did it 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best know when to be concise. However, I wanted to make sure that we had extra time because Ben, I totally and completely respect what I've learned from you. And I want to give you the next 3 minutes to just talk about whatever you think is important for people, what you would like to say about yourself, about your company, about the industry. So it's yours. It's your stage.
Well, I think that first and foremost, if we're going to think about cyber as asymmetric warfare, then you've got to adopt the techniques that we have proven successful on the battlefield, you know, throughout, you know, most lately in Afghanistan, but in my era, you know, we're talking Colombia, Bolivia, Nicaragua, El Salvador and things, and the principles remain the same. And really what it amounts to is visibility and speed of action. And in the military, we call that the OODA loop, right? The observe, orient, decide, and act. And the trueness of warfare, whether it's asymmetric digital or whether it's with bullets and guns on a battlefield, is that the person who controls that decision cycle is going to win. And what that means is that if you are constantly reacting to somebody else's initiatives, then you're doomed for failure. And so within the digital realm, that means that we've got to be able to see, we've got to be able to know instantly what's going on inside of that environment. We've got to couple all of that with sound tactical intelligence, with a strategic look for directional bents on things. But more importantly, we have to shorten what I call the speed to resolution cycle. And that's the time that it takes for you to detect that someone is inside of your network, the time to isolate, investigate, then remediate those cycles. And you know, our CTO, John Irvine, is the one who actually coined that phrase, speed to resolution. But if you shorten that speed to resolution cycle to where the bad guy is always trying to counter what you're doing to him, then he's going to lose, you're going to win. Just the basics of warfare.
That is, as always, insightful and appreciated. Everyone, this is Ben Cotton. He is the founder of CyFIR, CyFIR.com. And it was epic having you on. Everyone, this was the Cyber Pro podcast. My name is Rick. Stay awesome, my friends.